Hey, what's good, y'all? Top of the morning. Yeah, man. So I was looking at a couple of videos on TikTok, and I just want to say I'm not a fan of TikTok. They've been muting my videos. It's been people reporting my videos over the smallest stuff and saying that things are going against community standards. But as soon as I click on TikTok, it's ass and titties all in my face with like hundreds of thousands of likes. I noticed that most of them are white girls too. So I'm not really gonna get into it because I just started that app. So I don't really know much about it, but I do know that it seems to be somewhat prejudice. You know what I'm saying? It's quite obvious. You know what I mean? I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not cussing or nothing like that, I'm trying to figure out how you walking around and talking about an outfit that you have on can be against community standards after it's been up already for past 48 hours. So 2 hours ago, someone, I guess, on they envious, I don't know what it is, man, but it's not really my cup of tea. But with that being said, so I'll be seeing little skits and short vids that people be doing and like the difference between black people and white people. You know what I'm saying? And like they'll show a white man that has a giant pet crocodile right in the back of his yard that's in like this lagoon thing or whatever, and he'll bring this big fat, I don't know, roast or whatever out to, a ham, whatever it is, and he call the alligator and the alligator come rushing out, you know what I'm saying? And then you got on the other side of the video, the black man watching while the white man's doing this. And, he's seeing it coming, and then the white man just standing there and drops it in the alligator's mouth and backs up a little bit. But the black man on his side, he done took off. He gone. You don't even see him no more. You know what I'm saying? Basically saying, I guess it's kind of say black people, I guess they're trying to say that, hey, we not that dumb. We gonna get up out of there. But see, it's a lot of truth in a joke. You can break that down in different ways to have different meanings behind it. Now, us as black people, the normal thinking black person or the carnal minded black person is going to look at that as like, well, the other side, they crazy. That, you know what I'm saying? That's insane. Why would you put yourself in harm's way like that? Why do they continue to do things like that? What's up with them and these bears, and what makes them want to hang glide? What makes them want to jump out of planes? I'm not saying it's not black people who wouldn't do those sort of things. I'm saying it's more known by white people on a larger scale than it is black people. Let's just, can we agree to that? So, black people normally do run from things like that. We normally aren't going to take those type of risk. You know what I'm saying? For the fear of something bad happening. You know what I'm saying? Because usually something bad does happen, especially when you're messing with wild animals. You know what I'm saying? And we don't want to take that risk. We let nature be nature when it's wild most of the time. You know what I'm saying? We not trying to be trying to domesticate everything. You know what I'm saying? That's not meant to be domesticated. But what I'm getting to is being as though black people live in fear. The majority of us live in fear, and the reason we live in fear is because of what we were taught. All of this is based on religion. Religion teaches you to live that way and to be fearful. And the people who really know that the religion that was given to us, for one, the stipulations behind those rules weren't even made for us. Because, like I said, we were nothing. We were slaves, or we were equal to or lesser than that of cattle at one time. So when these books were being made or whatever, you know what I'm saying, when they talk about your love thy neighbor and all of that. That wasn't for black people. It was for the race of individuals who wrote that book, and they weren't black. So those rules in there really weren't directed to us. But yet we were given the religion, and we're the most fearful, and we're the most affected negatively behind it. These things, as far as religion, will never let you reach your full potential because it won't allow you to think outside of the box. I can't say it enough. You know what I'm saying? Because you only view things one or two ways. If it's good going on, it's God. If it's bad going on, it's the devil. You can't think nowhere in between. You know what I mean? And that's not going to allow people to reach their full potential where they could be in life out of fear. Oh, this might not be what God want me to know. God might be it. And you know what I'm saying? You're fearful. And so this is why we don't own anything. I know a lot of black people aren't going to like this. And not only do we not own anything, but they're only going to allow us to earn. Now, how did we get in this weak position? If we're supposed to be kings and queens and the powerful ones, how do we get in the position to where I thought these people were supposedly walking or I'm sorry, excuse me, crawling on all fours, or, you know what I mean, in the Caucasus Mountains, and were having to be taught how to be civilized by the Moors. Is this not what, like, you know, these so-called, you know, conscious guys are talking about? You know what I'm saying? These black scholars and shit. This is what they tell us. How does that make us as black people look to know that someone that we were supposed to be more educated than at a certain point in time? You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you have a dog. Now you're the master of your dog. The dog looks up to you. You feed the dog, you teach the dog, you know what I mean? Show the dog, you know, where to use the bathroom at or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You teach your dog, you try to mold your dog. And 20 years later, now your dog and dogs are running humans. How does that work? How does that make us as humans look? We were superior to dogs, but now dogs are superior to us? You get what I'm trying to say? How does something like that happen? We kings, we queens, we the powerful, we the most powerful. We the ones with the melanin, huh? We the ones with all this talent. We the ones with all this physical talent and all of this stuff. Why we not in charge? Why we not in charge? White people take risk. They'll go in underwater caves and shit to search for, just for fun. And they might say, somebody might have told them it's a treasure down there or something like that. They don't know if it's true or not. Somebody might have just told them. They'll go down 2,000 damn feet, man. Underwater. Huh? Scuba gear on. Don't even know if it's down there, just to say they did it, man. Then they come up, they happy as hell, just to know that they accomplished some shit like that. They'll climb the tallest goddamn mountain, yo. No black person climbing no goddamn mountain, man. Because we don't see no significance in it. That person will die doing that and be talked about for life. While we'll live our life 60 or 70 years old, and when we die, we just fucking dead. The only people that remember us are the couple of people that's close to us. You know, your name don't live on forever. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that gave their life doing what we would consider as stupid. That's name's going to be talked about forever. Y'all remember the crocodile hunter? A lot of people say, damn, man, he's doing it, man. Something's going to happen to him one day. I like that guy. You know what I mean? Steve Farin, or what was his name? Yeah, real cool dude. You know what I'm saying? I liked him. And he got stabbed in the heart by a stingray. Now, what's crazy about that, I looked up stingray behavior. Them doing that was hella rare. They usually try to get away from humans. You know what I'm saying? That was rare. That was some freak shit. That's how you know something like that was, I guess that was basically, it was meant for him. It was his time to go, man. As many animals as he done dealt with and all of that, you know what I'm saying? They say that thing stabbed him numerous times, man. They have a serrated type of bony blade thing that sticks out of their tail that's venomous. And so when it hits you, when it stabs into you and they pull it out, it's ripping flesh too, man. And leaving whatever toxic that venom, that they excrete. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, it's painful and you being shot with venom. You know what I'm saying? So he went through it, man, and that's crazy, man. But he took those risks and he died. But guess what? When you go to any Animal Kingdom channel, right? Anywhere they talking about animals, you can't get but so far into it without them mentioning him. You know what I'm saying? He's always talked about, you got guys, this guy named, oh man, what's this guy's name? Coyote Peterson. Now he allows himself to get stung by some of the most venomous insects. He lets some certain caterpillars, centipedes. Man, this guy done let himself get stung and bit by all types of stuff, man. It's this thing called oh man, it's like a water beetle or something like that, and they bite or they'll stab you on the toe. I forgot what it's called. Man, he let this thing poke him, and I mean, he be, going overboard a little bit, but just the fact that he does those type of things that most people would be afraid of. Now you got other bloggers trying to, take after him. I mean, but that Steve Farwin, if I'm saying his name correctly, he set the blueprint for that. You know what I'm saying? So if this guy, Coyote Peterson, or any of them other guys that get famous off of doing that word that die from taking those risks, it's almost like they're martyrs. You know what I'm saying? They already stamped their existence on earth. They'll never be forgotten. How many black people, regular black people that that if they die, how long do you think other black people or the world is going to talk about them? Because at the end of the day, when you die, what do you leave behind except what's material that you may have accumulated over time that you can leave for your children or loved ones, or good or bad memories? What do you leave? You want to just leave? You know what I'm saying? Or do you want to leave something behind that's of some significance? I feel that as long as you're talked about and as long as your name, like they say on YouTube, is still in the algorithm, still being, you know what I'm saying, spewed amongst the people as in some type of importance, you know what I'm saying, like when people miss you or whatever, just saying your name. I believe that keeps your spirit alive. I believe that makes the afterlife more pleasant for you. These are my beliefs. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of truth in a joke. Black people are very fearful. And because of our fear, that's the reason why we in the situation that we in. And that's one of the main reasons why we're in the situation that we're in. We, a lot of us have an issue with wanting to think for ourselves outside of what someone white has told us. We take things at face value, and we don't want to, experience it for ourselves to see if, hey man, this, let me try this for myself to see if this is really true. Or if just because it was difficult for that person, it may not be that difficult for me. No, we just go ahead, hey man, you don't want to do that because it's such and such. Oh, for real? Oh, that's what happened? Oh, all right, yeah, I ain't gonna do that. No, I don't want to do that. No, sir. Nope, I'm not going. Oh, I believe whatever you tell me to do, boss, I'm gonna listen. You know what I'm saying? So, what do we expect? You know what I'm saying? What do we expect? Life is about taking risks. Now, it's It's up to that, specific individual. They know themselves and what their limits are. We all do. We all have our limits. We know our limits. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because regardless of who you are, like for instance, you got people like, let's say rappers, you got Tupac and Biggie. Look how they died. It was negativity behind how they died. They'll be talked about forever. You get what I'm trying to say? You got mass murderers that did some of the most horrendous shit. Look, Jeffrey Dahmer. See how people just keep talking about this guy? What makes him so more special of a murderer than these other goddamn people that done hacked up bodies and ate them? You see what I'm trying to say? They're going to talk about these Ted Bundy. They're going to talk about these guys forever. You know why? Because they took risk. Bad risk. They probably didn't think it was something that was going to make them famous. Then again, maybe they did. They didn't care if it left a bad taste in people's mouth. They didn't care. They knew that that's something that's going to stick in people's mind. And they was right. Because every time you turn around and people think about murder and horrendous murders and decapitations and cannibalism, they bring up those guys. And they're going to do it forever. You know what I'm saying? So whether you're doing something that's negative or that's positive, I'm not suggesting to do nothing that's negative. But if you're going to do it all the way. Don't half-ass it. You know what I'm saying? Do something to where you can make a legacy. Leave a legacy. Ain't that what it's all about? I don't think people be thinking about like, okay, when I die, what? You just think, okay, well, I'm gone and whatever happens after that happens, go on to the next phase, or I go to whoever believe in heaven. Some people believe that when they die, they go straight to goddamn heaven. When the Bible clearly tells you nobody's in heaven. The only way somebody's going to be in heaven, dude, is, and they still ain't in heaven. Did Jesus come back yet? Jesus done came back and judged everybody? Huh? Did he? It's this place called purgatory. Huh? You might want to look it up. And if you believe in that sort of thing, that's where you would be. Anybody who's died in the time of our existence would be in a place called purgatory. You can't be in heaven or hell yet if Jesus hasn't come back to resurrect the dead with the living and judge. Huh? That's what your Bible say. Or do you even read it? You say you believe it. You say you believe it. Why you dedicate your life to something that you don't have a full understanding of? You lying to people saying that when people die, they go to heaven. They're not in heaven. That's a lie. They're not looking down on you. That's a lie. If you're going by what you say you believe, you're lying. You're coming up with your own understanding from what you read. You're not taking the facts. You're going with your own understanding and you're telling it how you want to tell it. Huh? Didn't y'all God say, don't add nothing to or take nothing from his word? Ain't that what y'all God said? How I know all this? I'm not no Christian. Huh? I actually read y'all's Bible more than y'all do. Yeah. I actually read it. How could I tell you about the discrepancies and contradictions inside it if I didn't read it? You could just tell me anything and I'll be like, oh, okay. I would just believe it. You know why? Because I wouldn't know no better. But you can't just tell me anything because I've already researched. I don't speak about things that I don't know. Huh? I need to have something to go back to reference to if I got to answer someone's question. Huh? What if someone questions me about all this shit I've been talking and they want to know an answer and they question me and I just been talking. I really don't know what I'm talking about. Then they don't put me on the spot as being a phony. I can't have that. I can't afford that. I can't afford that. I don't know how to be fake. You know what I'm saying? I only know one way to be. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no in between. So, I think black people need to think about that, man. We need to take that into consideration, how we view running from things. You know what I'm saying? How we view looking at white people when they do things that we find crazy. We label, that's crazy. That's, once again, just think about it. Why do you think they're in charge? They are in charge. They are in charge. Let's just, no black person owns a football team. No black person owns a basketball team or major sports organization. Not one black person owns that. He may have a part in it somewhere. He's not gonna own it. You're not gonna own a TV network. You're not gonna own it. Not a major one. They may give you a rinky-dink channel somewhere that don't get a lot of broadcasts and people ain't really watching it like that. That's about it. You want a production? You might get a Harpo production. Who the fuck is Harpo production? Who they been producing? We know Harpo production is Oprah spelled backwards, but who she been producing? What has Harpo been? Okay, you got it, but what does it do? You see what I'm saying? It ain't renowned. It's not known like that to be. Is it just like it's there, but it's really of no significance at the end of the day. Black Dr. Phil, I'm out, man.